Okay, we're back with another breakfast recipe, protein waffles, or just waffles. You don't have to call them protein waffles if you don't want to. I have actually been making these for years, but I haven't made them in a while. And somebody was asking me about waffles the other day, and I thought, hey, why not make some waffles? So I'm actually making them for two. So I'm using double portions. I've got my waffle maker here, which I'm heating up. You want that to be nice and warm when you start out. And I am using oat flour, which is basically oats, which you stick in a blender, blend it up, and you have oat flour. I'm going to make sure to put all the exact quantities down into the description. But again, this is not rehearsed or planned. It's just making it as I go along. So oat flour. Then we have baking powder. And I'm also adding in some protein powder. This is a flavored one, which also adds a bit of sweetness. If you don't want to use a flavored protein powder, you might want to add some extra sweetener maybe. Just, you know, try it out and see what you like. That's the most important thing, that you figure out what you like and you just don't just go with what somebody on the internet tells you. All right, we've got our dry ingredients. Now we're going to add in eggs. Like I said, this is for two, so it actually makes about 6 waffles in total. Should have probably started out with a bigger bowl, but let's see how it goes. Then we've got yogurt, any kind of high protein yogurt. This is skyr, any kind of Greek yogurt will work as well. Lots of different ways to add protein here. We've got eggs, we're going to have some egg whites, we have yogurt, we've got the protein powder, so a variety of different protein sources. Okay, next up, protein powder, sorry, egg white. Oh, should probably open that, that would help. Yes, that would definitely help. Obviously, you could also use proper real eggs and then separate them, but you can also buy egg white in the shop. And last up, we have some milk, whatever milk you like. It doesn't have to be anything specific. I just want to use this one up, so I'm using regular milk, but you could use oat milk, almond milk. Again, find what you like. There are no rules. I definitely should have used a bigger bowl, but hey, it's going to work. So now we just have to mix this. This is going to take a little moment, so I'm just going to speed this up in the video. Okay, this is ready now. Obviously, you could also throw this all into a blender and mix it together. This bowl, usually when I make waffles for one person, is perfect. It is a little bit small, but it works. You just want to make sure that everything is well mixed together, and you can actually use the same batter for pancakes or for the pancake bowl or baked oats. It's the same thing, no difference. So this quantity is for 2 people, so it doesn't really matter how big or how small the waffles are, because you know at the end of you'll have 2 portions, or if you're just making it for one, you know it's for one. So I usually get around 3 waffles depending on the size per person. I'm going to go ahead with that. I also have a bag of frozen berries, which I'm going to stick into a pot and defrost, so then we can drizzle that over the waffles at the end. I'm not going to need the whole bag now, but so I'm going to use probably half the bag. There we go. The rest is going to go back in the freezer. So this is go onto the stove at a low heat so it can defrost while the waffles are getting ready. So this is a non-stick waffle maker, but so first of all, you do want to make sure it's properly heated up when you start. You don't want to be starting at a medium heat. Now it is non-stick. I do like to add a little bit of oil just for the first one. I actually find that a spray oil is quite helpful here. It doesn't need a lot. The important thing is that you leave the waffles to cook for long enough. If you open the waffle maker too soon, then the waffles are going to tear apart. But you're better off leaving them in a little bit longer because then you're sure that they're actually properly cooked and they're not sticking to the sides of the waffle maker. So it's about 6 to 7 minutes per waffle. So I'm not going to have you watch that because it would be pretty boring. I'm going to start making them and I'll see you in a little while when this is all done. I am using about 1.5, well, maybe 2 scoops of this and just kind of spread it around a little bit. Like I said, it doesn't really matter what size you make the waffles because you know at the end it's either 1 portion or 2 portion. Okay, I'm going to go ahead with this. See you in a little while. Okay, I'm actually coming up to the 6-7 minutes with the first one. And you can see because this one is a little bit smaller, it's actually nice and golden and it comes off easily. That's what you want. Oh, it's breaking. Doesn't matter. It doesn't matter as long as it doesn't stick to the waffle maker. So that's the first one. And I'm going to continue on with the next batch. That's the only thing with waffles. I always think it just takes such a long time. You know, when you're making pancakes, you can make a few of them at the same time. Waffles is just demands a little bit more patience. But hey, we've got loads of that. So I just wanted to show you, this one has about a minute and a half still left. And if I lift the lid off, if I try, you can see it's not coming off. And that is just a sure sign that the waffle is not ready yet. So don't try and force it open, because if you do, you're just going to break the waffle apart. Leave it for at least 5 minutes, if not 6 minutes, depending on the size, and make sure that when the lid comes off like that, then slowly the waffle will be ready. I'm going to give this one another 30 seconds just to be sure. There we go. That's perfect. Ready for the next one. Now, if you feel that the waffle maker is getting a little bit too sticky, too dry, you can always add in a little bit more oil and that might just help it. Okay, there we are. Third and last one. Third and last one? No. Sixth and last one. So 3 per person. It did work out the way I thought. There we go. We have 2 lovely plates of waffles. I'm just going to put my waffle maker away. Okay, I like to add a couple of things on top. I'm going to put this one at the bottom. There we go. Arrange it nicely. This one is still nice and warm. Actually, I'm going to change that around. There we go. Look at that. So I'm going to add a little bit more yogurt on top. Just going to mix that so it's a little bit thinner. That's the thing with this kind of higher protein yogurt. It's a little bit thicker, but it's all right. So a little bit of yogurt on top. Yogurt, whatever way you want to say it. I don't really care. Okay, there's that. Then next thing are berries. Very important. So these have been simmering away and I added a little bit of maybe a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons of chia seeds. So it's a little bit thicker. And if you want to, you could add a little bit of honey to that or maple syrup. Look at that. This is nice. Lovely when it's warm. There we go. Then some seeds. This is a mix of pumpkin and sunflower seeds. There you go. It's about 10 grams. And you could also use some hemp seeds. Love hemp seeds. There you go, sprinkle that on top. And if you like it a little bit sweeter, you could drizzle it with some honey, some maple syrup. I have some regular honey here. I've got some 0-calorie maple syrup, and I've got some stevia chocolate drizzle. Any of these on top? Maybe we'll go with the chocolate one. There you go, look at that. And that is it. There we have our 2 portions of breakfast waffles. And somebody just appeared in my kitchen. Now he's gone again. The person who gets the second portion. There we go. This is absolutely delicious. The recipe for 1 portion is in the description, together with macros for the waffles only, because then you can add whatever topping you like. I hope you make them and I hope you enjoy them. There we go. There you have a close-up look. 3 big waffles per person, extra yogurt, extra chia, berry jam and seeds on top. Absolutely delicious.